Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, on Sunday, something happened at a golf course with Donald Trump and a man named Ryan Ruth. Allegedly, he aimed a firearm through a chain link fence when the Secret Service found him and fired rounds. He was later arrested. So, he wasn't put down by Secret Service or anything like that. There's still a suspect to question regarding his motives. And I don't believe any manifesto was found yet, but it's still very early. This only happened yesterday. What did happen in the meantime was his social media accounts got scrubbed, which I do think was kind of ironic because his Facebook, Meta, Instagram, whatever, those accounts got scrubbed first. And immediately people on Twitter started talking about how, this is the free speech app and Elon would never do this. And then his account was suspended within the hour of some of those posts being made. Which his social media feed was pretty confusing, to say the least. His political ideology is hard to track down. I've seen people comparing it to putting one of those political compass memes in a blender. But his more recent posts seem to suggest he was a never Trumper, that he backed a Vivek Ramaswamy Tulsi Gabbard ticket for the GOP, that he wanted Nikki Haley to throw her support behind Vivek Ramaswamy. But all of this, frankly, doesn't matter. His politics or anything like that. Like I said, this is an early investigation. No manifestos or anything like that have been found. And he was taken alive. So we're probably going to get some answers about that soon. So keep an eye on that. Maybe I'll make some video updates. What I wanted to talk about today is the rhetoric around this. People have been talking about these calls to calm the rhetoric that people are using, to not use such aggressive language. And sure enough, moments after this second assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life within 2 months happened, notable bespectacled man with seemingly a Lego beard attached, Matt Walsh, decided to post this onto Twitter. Trump is the most relentlessly demonized politician in U.S. history. That has consequences. Those consequences are entirely intentional. The media won't tone down the rhetoric after this. Why would they? Their rhetoric is having the desired effect. Now, the rhetoric that he's referring to, that most Republicans are referring to whenever they talk about this stuff, is referring to Donald Trump as a threat to democracy. Some people refer to Donald Trump as a neo-Nazi, as a new version of Hitler, which that's not just people on the left. J.D. Vance once called Trump America's Hitler, so I don't think that's an insult you can really just levy at one particular political party. When it comes to these calls to tone down the rhetoric, I find this so shocking because just the other day, we have posts like this from the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire, suggesting anyone who murders Kamala Harris would be an American hero. We also have this amazing quote from richest man on the planet and recent purchaser of an entire social media platform, Elon Musk. When asked why they want to kill Donald Trump, he replies, and no one is even trying to assassinate Biden/Kamala. These were both posted yesterday, by the way. And of course, these have now been deleted because these are incitements of violence. This is not covered by free speech laws because this is directly inciting people to commit acts of violence. You can say that this isn't. You can say this is just posting on the internet and just joking and memes or whatever. But phrases like this actually have consequences. And if you expect people to hold the news accountable for quoting what the vice presidential running mate of the GOP said about his new boss, I don't know what to tell you. If you think it's heightened rhetoric to suggest that the man who would call states to overthrow their electors, whose vice presidential running mate would suggest running new electors on a clean slate, I don't think you really understand what the threats to democracy are. Saying the truth isn't amping up your rhetoric. And especially when you compare this to Donald Trump himself, who, when asked to condemn bomb threats that were called into Midwestern towns due to the migrant fervor that he is partially responsible for regarding his debate performance, suggested that he hadn't heard about bomb threats, but he'd heard about them eating people's dogs and cats. So I just don't care about these calls to tone down the rhetoric from the right when they're largely responsible for some of the most violent people we've seen in this country. I'm used to them being hypocrites, but this one just kind of got under my skin to the point where I needed to talk about it with you all. And I hope you start to notice this more. They're just blatant hypocrisy regarding rhetoric and tone, and like people say, every accusation is a confession, and this is one of the more blatant ones. But I don't know. I guess until the next time we see Republicans complaining that the things that they say and do are coming back to bite them, y'all try to have a good day.